Your gas? No, I'm sorry. Okay. Never mind.
Make us smile too.
Are you enjoying my picture tomorrow?
When you get a performance review at work,
Don't make us stay out of it. I can stay out of it. What's the problem?
yeah,
Aw.
convert that into a bigger contract.
Superhero, miracle worker. Dang. If that's true, you can talk to finance, right? Diana's not listening. Look on the job description, it says the city manager, superhero legend and miracle worker. That sounds like he's bucket for right? Oh, she's good. That's very nice. That's a pretty cool thing. I'll throw my name
Everything seems like it's always as hard as
listen, I speak to names, and brand, it doesn't matter. You know, well, they kind of do. It's like a long well, it is now it's called high-tech water treatment services. That's not what it was called before. Jack Harmon. That was my Snowden. Snowden, you know, the eyes that everybody has the sense to stay off the road. Being here to look at property. I could not talk him out of what he got here before.
She said she was hot. There you go. Well, I mean, you can feel the air blowing. I think that helps it. Feel better? Oh yes, I agree. Yeah, 100%. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Did you bring that back? I did today. Look at you. I am so pretty. I brought my own. I don't know how to ask. I know. I was already saying hi. Well, I did earlier when there was I think I said it. That was everything. I know y'all don't know what happened. And I don't know that it's done yet, but I think you're going
Oh, right here.
I block somebody in, think that I leave. But I panic, I said, what? I get that in, back out. No, I get that. First time using it. I was tempted to go that way, but I said, no, I'm not sure. Oh, the bar? Yeah. She gotta come. She get out here. It's getting a lot of attention.
Like that when I got here.
Yeah, it was. Wait a second. Why did they leave it right there?
Like,
You can put like a Buffalo Bills thing and just jump off and smash that table. Excellent.
I don't have two diplomas. Lost all the records. Two diplomas over low and all that makes sense. You do it cash money sometimes.
Man.
First time he presented himself there, Mr. Knowles. He's doing yeah.
It always has like rotation.
they can be sports.
Well,
Don't know.
They play Saturday at 11. Is the Super Regional. They're playing who is it? Mississippi State.
That time.
Microphone on? Good.
That's a good question. Jason, your microphone on?
I don't want to scare anybody tonight. I'm getting ready to hit this gavel. Been accused of scaring people, but. Good evening. I'll call this meeting of the Cartersville City Council to order. If you'll please stand for our invocation and pledge.
Please join me as we pray. Our dear gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this evening. We thank you for the opportunity to come again to do the business of the city of Cartersville, for this opportunity to come and gather here in these facilities. And we thank you for the work that's been put into this agenda from all the city staff. Help us now as we go forward, give us wisdom, and we'll give you the praise and glory for what's done. And it's in your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Stand for pledge. Pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Straight the roll, please.
Carrie Hodge, Ward 1. Here. Jay Stepp, Ward 2. Carrie Roth, Ward 3.
Here.
Calvin Cooley, Ward 4.
Here.
Gary Fox, Ward 5. Alyssa Cordell, Ward 6. Here.
Thank you, Julia. The first order of business is the approval of our council meeting minutes from May 21st. And council, you've had a chance to review these items. Now would be a chance to make any edits to those, and if there are none, a motion is in order.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Minutes are approved. I'll ask council to add 6 items, or actually 7 items to the agenda this evening.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. And before we move on from there, I just want to say we've got a lengthy agenda tonight, and there's a lot of big items in there. Lest it makes the appearance, we move pretty quickly in these meetings, but I just want to make sure it's a good reminder from time to time. Council gets the materials well in advance of tonight, on Monday or Tuesday of the week, and everybody has a chance to review it and get with staff if there are questions. And then we have a work session at 6 where we go over all this. And so when we get to these meetings, we've already kind of seen the test, we've done a practice test, and so this is just kind of the test. So while we move quickly, I don't want there to be an impression that as we're approving budgets or going through these things that we're all looking at this at the first time and just passing through it. All the work is done primarily before this meeting, and that's why we're able to move in an expeditious manner, even though I've slowed us down to tell you that. So with that being said, Mr. Morgan, if you'll get us started off with Municipal Court Clerk's Week Proclamation.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Council. I've got our court clerk and then one of the other clerks in here also. The state of Georgia has designated June 8th, the week of June 8th, as the Municipal Court Clerks Appreciation Week. We wanted to bring forth the proclamation and honor our clerks. One could not make it tonight, but we're thankful for their work and all of their service to us and to the city. Yes.
Thank you for that. And in light of that, I do have a proclamation that I will read quickly. It says, whereas municipal court clerks play a significant role in ensuring the municipal courts preserve public safety and promote quality of life in the city of Cartersville and local municipalities across the state. The procedures for the Municipal Court of Cartersville operations are set forth by uniform rules of municipal court and other laws in the state of Georgia. More people come in contact with municipal court clerks than all other city services combined, and public impression of the Cherokee judicial system is largely dependent upon the public's experience in municipal court. Municipal court clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal services to all. The Municipal Court of Cartersville is committed to the notion that our legal system is based on the principle that an independent, fair, and competent judiciary will interpret and apply the laws that govern us. Municipal court clerks act in a manner that promotes public confidence in the integrity and impartiality of the judiciary. It is most appropriate that we recognize the accomplishments and significant role that our municipal court clerks play in preserving the public confidence, integrity, and impartiality of the judiciary. So, certainly delighted to be able to sign this and hand these off to you.
Yes,
If y'all have any comments to make, anything, the floor is yours. No's a good answer. I didn't-
Just appreciate the being able to be recognized and see you guys.
Thank you for what you guys do. Appreciate that.
Would it be possible to get a picture with?
I'll waive my fee.
Give Randy an opportunity to take another bad picture. Parker, now, I'm gonna go right here. Can you hold that? I'll just stand there and look for you.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
I'm going to move one of the agenda items up. We have an appointment to the Joint Development Authority Board. Ms. Lemon, do you want to present that, or does?
Wants me to present that. So
Sure.
Mayor, you have talked to Mike Fields, and he is willing to serve on that JDA board. Basically take the unexpired term of Beth Tilley, who's already had a scheduling conflict with another board commitment. So recommend approval to put Mike Fields on the Joint Development Authority Board.
Thank you for that. Yes, Ms. Tilley served and contributed greatly to the JDA. She approached me about, again, serving the community in another capacity, and there was a conflict. I said, who do you think you would want to take your place, just to get an idea? And she mentioned Mike. That's a pretty good choice. We'll go with that. So, that being said, Chair will entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. Now, Lily, we've got an appointment to the Downtown Development Authority, please.
Thank you, Mayor. The Downtown Development Authority Board would like to recommend Bess Womack to council for appointment to fill the remainder of Jason Frederick's term, which will expire in February of '27.
Thank you. Questions for Lily on this? And I'm sorry, what does she do and what is her?
She's the comptroller of Womack Custom Homes.
Gotcha. Thank you. All right. Any discussion? If not, a motion's in order.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank
you. Mr. Whitener, you're up.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. This is ordinance amend section 24-418 of City of Cartersville Code Ordinance to add additional language to protect the city under a new incentive rate offered by the city for qualifying XXLP customer. This amendment is recommended for approval for the electric department.
Outstanding. Any questions, comments, or motions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Morgan, you're back up with us. What do we have here? Software evaluation period for Samara Fleet.
Yes, sir. Samsara has offered a 30-day trial period. We're evaluating it along with other fleet data maintenance customers. We're asking your approval to move forward with this 30-day agreement with them.
Thank you. Questions, comments, or motions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously.
Thank you.
Mr. Foy, you have a couple.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Public Works is seeking permission for the mayor and council to sign a GDOT agreement for the acquisition of right-of-way necessary for the Dothan Ferry Road widening project, identified as PI number 0007494. Project is located on City Street, 1054 Dothan Ferry Road from Old Alabama Road to State Route 61, State Route 113, AKA West Avenue. Under the agreement, City of Cartersville will be responsible for acquiring the necessary right-of-way and easements in accordance with applicable GDOT and Federal Highway Administration requirements, including compliance with federal acquisition and relocation regulations. The agreement also authorizes the mayor and council to execute the agreement and related documents on behalf of the city. Approval of this agreement is necessary to proceed with right-of-way phase of the project and maintain project coordination with GDOT. As I mentioned before, the city would be responsible for costs associated with right-of-way acquisition services, legal services, appraisals, negotiations, and related acquisition activities as outlined in the agreement. This will be funded through the 2020 SPLOST Public Works recommends approval for this contract for the acquisition of right-of-way between GDOT and the City of Cartersville.
And again, I know you mentioned these in the work session, but
Yeah.
when people hear, should we approve this, the right-of-way acquisition, time frame for beginning this or completing this would be what?
We're trying right now to be able to let this project October of 2028. So construction would probably start sometime early 2029 on the rate.
And then
we're
the
going.
acquisition piece, you hire, you're contracting with somebody that's federally, that follows all the federal procedures for property acquisition?
Yes, sir.
And once we get that crossed, they will begin in about 3 to 6 months to do that, or was it 60 to 90 days that you said?
Well, it'll be 60 to 90 days to get them selected, for them to get the appraisals done, for DOT to approve the appraisals, which they have to do. Sometimes they then make people go back and redo them. And then after that, they can then start the construction. So realistically, you're probably looking towards the end of the year or first of next year before they actually start active acquisition.
Okay, thank you.
Just as we talked about in the work session, Mayor, basically, the goal right now is October 2028 to have our plans approved, the right-of-way acquisition done with. But as we all know, the federal and state government are picking up the cost of the actual road construction, and it's when they have funding available. So hopefully we'll keep that in the pipeline, and they'll have money available in 2028 and get started there shortly thereafter. But
Maybe,
that's really going on.
it may be 2048, we just don't know. All right, are there any other questions or discussion on this item? If there are none, a motion's in order.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. And then the added item on the agenda, Stephen, if you'll handle that one for us?
Yes, sir.
Relative to 4 Cook Street.
Yes, sir. This is, Public Works is planning on constructing 2 buildings on the number 4 Cook Street property. It's currently owned by the City of Cartersville. These 2 buildings will consist of one 40 by 200 shed to be utilized for vehicle storage and a 3,600 square foot warehouse that will be utilized for temperature-sensitive equipment that Public Works currently stores off-site during the winter months. Public Works received 3 quotes for the purchase and erection of each steel building. Little Jones Construction Company was the lowest for both of these buildings. The quote for the 40 by 200 shed is $120,425, and the quote for the 3,600 square foot warehouse is $95,000. Due to projected increase in steel prices, Public Works recommends approval to purchase the steel components and authorize Little Joe's Construction Company to construct these 2 buildings. This project is a budgeted item, and Public Works recommends approval.
Thank you for that. Are there any discussion or questions? If not, motion's in order.
Make a motion to approve the purchase.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ms. DeSanto, you have several big ones to share with us tonight regarding our budget and rates and whatnot.
I do. I have a few this evening.
Yeah.
So first up is our annual renewal with USIS, who serves as the city's third-party administrator for our workers' compensation program. And this is going to be for our upcoming fiscal year, July 1 through June 30th of 2027. USIS provides administrative services along with preparation, filing, retention of records, claims-related activities. This renewal does have a 3% increase associated with it, and this is due to inflationary impacts and rising operational costs. The annual service fee is $11,532 again for this upcoming 12-month fiscal period, and this expense is included in our workers' compensation fund.
Thank you. Questions for Diane on this one? If there are no questions, a motion's in order.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. We get the first reading of our water and sewer ordinance for 26-27.
Yes, sir. So along with our next item, which is the proposed fiscal year 26-27 budget, there is an increase in our water and sewer fund to help address maintenance and our ongoing capital needs for our water and sewer fund. the increase in the water and sewer rates for all customer types to include residential, commercial, industrial, irrigation, et cetera. It's a 5% increase both inside and outside city limits customers. The 5% increase will allow the water department to continue maintenance of the existing system, as well as continued updates and expansion of the system to fulfill the needs of our existing customers. For residential customers, this rate increase equates to a 17-cent per 1,000 gallon used. So for a total estimated increase for a residential water and sewer customer using 7,000 gallons, that's $2.66 a month. With the proposed increase in these rates, the City of Cartersville residents will remain one of the lowest in the surrounding municipalities. And again, this increase is needed to maintain our existing system as well as our ongoing expansions. And upon second reading, we do recommend this for approval to be effective July 1st, 2026.
Thank you. Any questions on this ordinance at this time? Thank you. And again, we'll take this up at our next council meeting for final consideration. If you'll please move on now to the 26-27 fiscal year budget.
Yes, sir. And thank you for the opportunity this evening. This is a much scaled down presentation. This summary overview includes our departmental and operational changes, rate adjustments, and capital investments planned for the upcoming year. Our proposed fiscal year 27 budget totals $408 million, up from $383.2 million of last year's budget, which is an overall increase of about $25 million or 6.54%. This increase reflects major capital investments across our utilities as well as overall infrastructure improvements. The core drivers of this increase include the continuation of our 10-year capital plan, planned water and sewer rate adjustments, salary increases, 4 additional full-time and 4 additional part-time positions, as well as the continuation of our internship program, adjustments that reduce the city's contribution to our pension plans, as well as our ongoing major capital expenditures across all funds. Importantly, this budget continues to include no increase in property taxes, as well as incorporate goals from our visioning session.
I've got a question for you on that. Because
sir.
the property tax, or excuse me, the recreation bond, this is the first year the recreation bond came off, is that correct?
Last year.
Was it last year? Okay, never mind.
Yes. Okay. As you can see from the table, most of the year-over-year growth is in our water and sewer fund, with increases nearly $18 million as our major projects for the water treatment plant expansion and the water pollution control plant expansion continue. Our electric and gas also show moderate increases, and these are both due to our commodity cost increases as well as infrastructure costs. Other funds such as fiber optics, solid waste, and stormwater show moderate increases, and our general and special revenue funds show a decrease, which is largely tied to ongoing capital projects and the timing of those projects. This slide summarizes where expenses are changing year over year. Personnel costs are up by about $3.8 million. Capital expenditures, again, our largest increase at just over $12 million. And debt service also rises. Again, this is due to our issuance in February of the 2026 water and sewer bonds. Operating expenses slightly decreased. They'll be down about $671,000 overall, with utilities, supplies, and vehicle maintenance declining, while communications, maintenance, fuel, training, and legal services show moderate increases. Commodity purchase increases of approximately $3.53 million, and this is due to both gas and electricity increases. Debt service increases by $5.73 million, and again, this includes our combined Series 2018 and 2026 water and sewer bond payments, as well as some gas system debt and our school system obligations. We are proposing an overall increase in just over $12 million in our capital spending, which is continuing major investments in our core infrastructure, utilities, and city facilities. These investments include the water treatment plant expansion, the West Side feeder main, wastewater plant expansion, system upgrades, and water line replacements. Gas capital includes building improvements, the SK Hyundai line, gas mains, and other system upgrades. Projects include transformers, machinery, vehicles, and other system critical assets for our electric department. SPLOST funds continue to support major road work, sidewalks, vehicles, technology, stormwater improvements, and bridge replacement projects. And for our general fund, key projects include our City Hall, Police Training Center, police vehicle, fire trucks, equipment, Public Works building improvements, Recreation Center completion, and upgrades to the maintenance shop, as well as tennis court renovations. For our overall expenditure allocations, water and sewer continues to represent the largest share of our expenditures at 43%, followed by general fund at 19%, electric 17%, and gas at 13%. This distribution reflects Cartersville's identity as a full-service city, delivering strong utility operations. This budget does include the continuation of a $2.50 adjustment to our administrative charge, which is included in the base rate for our electric customers. The electric rate increase represents approximately a 1.6% increase in a resident's bill with an average of about $150.98, and this is for residences that have 1 meter. The comparison charts do show that Cartersville maintains highly competitive rates as compared to Georgia Power. To summarize, we maintain fiscal austerity and continue to look for operational efficiencies. There is no increase in property taxes. We continue our transfers to the general fund from our utilities. Our rate adjustments support our long-term infrastructure investment, and we responsibly fund our capital needs across all of our departments. And again, as we did during the budget workshop last month, I just want to thank the city manager and city departments for their time and effort in helping to prepare this budget, as well as mayor and council for the feedback that you provided in this process as well.
Thank you. Comments?
I would just kind of echo what you kind of talked about at the beginning of the budget, or beginning of the council meeting. This budget actually started in March when Diana sent it out, so it's been several months in the process. It's not like we're making decisions overnight. We've talked about it. We've looked at the numbers. We do have a lot of capital growth in our city because of the growth in the industry and also residential. So we're spending more money on our capital needs for our water and wastewater plants, as well as new city hall and other things that serve our community. So there is some more capital expenses, but our property taxes, the mayor and council has approved, are going to be on the rollback rate. So we are trying to do things with this, basically spend the tax dollars as wisely as we can. And I do recommend this budget on the second reading for the mayor and council.
And our millage rate is
2.62.
And we don't have the numbers yet to really,
Right.
that'll be in August, we'll actually officially approve the rollback rate.
Right.
perfect. Thank you. Any other questions or discussion about the proposed budget? Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
again, we'll have a, maybe an even more abbreviated, that was great presentation.
Yes, sir.
Perfect, that was great. But we'll have this for final consideration, our meeting on June 18th.
That's
So
correct.
thank you very much,
Thank you.
Diana.
Thank you.
Mr. Morgan, you're back with us a third time.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. This is a request to move forward with a ordinance for the utility payment rounding. It is built off of our House Bill 1112 that was signed into law by Governor Kemp. We're just asking for your approval on this.
Thank you. Any discussion or questions at this point? Thank you. And again, first reading of an ordinance, we do this twice, and so we'll take this up on June 18th. Thank you again. Mr. Lovell, you've got an amendment to the sidewalk installation requirements and waiver provisions.
Yes, Mayor. Y'all had asked staff to look at developing a process whereby the Public Works Director could waive sidewalk requirements for installation in the event DOT said they did not want them on state routes, and in the event the city, by reviewing certain standards, made a decision that it was not feasible for sidewalks to be located there. If they do make that decision that they are to be waived, then that individual will have to pay the estimated cost of those sidewalks to the city, and those funds will be used to fill in sidewalks elsewhere in the city. During a work session, y'all did recommend that we change it, that any appeals of the decision of the Public Works Director would be made to the mayor and council. And it is a first reading.
Thank you for that. Any other questions or discussion on this proposed ordinance? Thank you. We'll take that up again, once again, on June the 18th at our second meeting of the month. Thank you, Mr. Lovell, for that. Chief Cloninger, you're up, sir.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. We are seeking approval for the renewal of our subscription to Clearview AI, which is a facial recognition software we use for unsolved crimes. It's a 2-year agreement be paid in annual increments. The total cost of the renewal is $39,020 for both years. It is a budgeted item, but it will be paid for with asset forfeiture funds.
Thank you. Any questions for Chief on this item? If there are none, we get to vote on this one. Chair will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the purchase.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Mr. Menino, it is your time.
Thank you,
We
Mayor and
got a whole
Council.
bunch of them tonight.
Just a quick note, all of our applications on the agenda tonight have been properly posted and advertised. Appears to be no conflicts of interest, and they have been reviewed based on our adopted standards. First case, Z2602, is also directly related to the second case, SU2605, Life Point Church. It has added some additional property. This particular property had different zoning than most of the others that they have out there as part of their facilities. With that, they're looking to rezone it from PS to MU. With that, Planning Commission did recommend approval to bring it in more of a cleanup and have all the same zoning on the property. Secondarily, the next request, SU 2605, because they have added additional parcels to their campus out there, this cleans it up and adds a special use for the entire block they owned to allow church on the entire block. And again, Planning Commission did recommend approval. There have been no additions or changes since the first reading of this ordinance. These
Thank you.
ordinances.
Any questions for Randy at this time? Thank you, sir. I'll open up a public hearing for Z26-02 and ask anybody wishing to speak for or against to do so at this time, keeping in mind throughout the evening that if you were here and spoke at the first meeting, all those items are in our minutes and are included as part of the body. What we're looking for in the second reading is new information that can get into the hands of council. So everything that was said at the first reading are in the record. And yeah, so anyway, if there is anybody wishing to step forward and speak on Z26-02, they may do so at this time. And as everybody steps forward, anybody that steps forward, please, your name and your address so that our clerk can accurately get that in the records.
Good evening. Greg Bates with Stevenson Engineering. Address is 1130 North Tennessee Street, Cartersville, 30120. I didn't have anything to add. Just answer any questions if you have them.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Bates? Thank you.
Thanks.
Anyone else wishing to speak on Z26-02 may do so at this time. Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing for Z26-02 and turn it over to council for consideration.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. I'll open up a public hearing for SU 26-05. And once again, ask anybody wishing to speak for or against to do so at this time.
Do I need to repeat?
She's good.
Thank you.
Julia's fine, I'm fine.
Any questions? I'm free to answer.
So we're good.
Thanks.
Thank you. Anyone else on SU 26-05? I'll close the public hearing for SU 26-05. Turn it over to council for discussion and consideration.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. On to T26-01, please, Randy.
Thank you again, Mayor and Council. T2601 and SU 2608 are also directly related, and I'll discuss them both at the same time and then sit down. T2601 is a proposed text amendment to allow auto repair in the heavy industrial. There is a facility that's already existing there, and with that, they're trying to correct that. They have applied for a text amendment that allows that use as a special use permit. Subsequently, the next application is their special use permit for the allowance of that. With that, Planning Commission did recommend approval of both the text amendment and special use for the applicant.
Perfect. Questions for Mr. Menino at this time? Thank you, sir. Open up a public hearing for T26-01. Anybody wishing to step forward, speak for or against may do so at this time. Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing for T26-01 26-01, turn it over to council for further discussion and consideration.
I'll make a motion to approve the text.
All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries unanimously. I'll open up a public hearing for SU 26-08. Anybody wishing to step forward to speak for or against may do so at this time. And seeing none, I'll close the public hearing for SU 26-08. Turn it over to council for discussion or consideration.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries unanimously. You're back up, Randy, with SU 26-03.
Thank you again, Mayor and Council. This is a proposed special use permit to allow residential above commercial in a proposed mixed-use development at 235 South Dixie Avenue out of the old Quality Inn site. With that, there were some proposed conditions originally, but since the first reading, we have added 2 additional ones based on council's recommendations at the first meeting. One would be to allow or to require demo within 12 months of approval of this application, and the second would be to have construction begin within 36 months of approval of the application. During the work session, we had additional discussion, and it was determined that 6 months may be more appropriate to have them start demolition on the old facility there. And with that, I did mention that to the applicant when they came in, that y'all were leaning at going more towards 6 months. They didn't appear to have any issues with that. With that, the Planning Commission did recommend approval of this application with conditions, and since then, with the 2 additional conditions added to it, staff does recommend approval.
Thank you. Questions for Randy at this time? Thank you, sir. I'll open up the public hearing for SU 26-03 and ask the applicant to step forward and...
Yes, Thomas Lumberg, 179 Fisher Spur, Noonan, Georgia, 30265. We did discuss with staff about the 6 months versus 12. Part of the ownership is concerned about the length of time it'll get to mobilize the demolition crew for the actual physical demolition, and has asked if we could possibly have 9 months versus 6. They've already started removing items from the hotel that don't require an actual demolition permit to bulldoze the building, and they are working on that. But if 6 months is the desire of council, we'll comply with that. We were just hoping for the possibility, just in case there's some issues with the demolition contractor.
I would say I would prefer 6, with the understanding, not being unreasonable, if there's something that needs to get mitigated, or if there's something then you work with staff that, that it's going to take an extra 30, 60 days or whatever, that, we could work, we're happy to work with you on that side of it.
Thank you.
Does that sound agreeable?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Anybody else have questions, Mr. Lumberg? We good?
Thank you.
We're asking for saying 36 months to 36 months to start construction after demolition.
Yes. Well, 36 after approval.
36 after approval.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And you're comfortable with that as well? That's
Yes.
well within y'all's time frame? I know last time we're here, it sounded like you were ready to start taking sledgehammers to it now.
They are ready. It's
Yeah.
just, I hear from both sides. I know that part of the ownership has been pushing for quite some time to get it demoed, so.
Well, some of it referred to that building as an iconic building, so maybe sell bricks to it or something and raise a little capital there too. Any other questions or comments? You good?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor, based upon your discussion with him, if y'all do go with 6 months, that's part of the ordinance. The only way for that to be changed would be for them to come back before this board and do an amendment. So if you want to give them some sort of grace period as part of your motion, you need to specify 6 months, and an additional time period can be approved by whomever after review. I would assume staff, but it's whoever y'all would want.
Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Does that sound agreeable to everyone? Any differing thoughts? Okay. You all agreeable to that? Is that fine? Thank you. All right, thank you for that, Mr. Lovell. We still have the public hearing open for SU 26-03. Anybody else wish to speak on the topic? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing for SU 26-03 and turn it over to council for any further discussion, questions, or consideration.
Okay. I make a motion to approve with
The conditions from the Planning Commission?
From the Planning Commission, and then as amended tonight from 12 months to 6 months with opportunity for an extension. That's correct.
Do you want that to say basically that
Doing some grace.
that the zoning administrator is authorized to grant an administrative variance with respect to the 6-month time period? And that would give him the ability to do a additional 30%, since it is a numeric requirement under the ordinance. So whatever 30% of 6 months is. I leave that to somebody that can do math to figure out.
A couple months, 2 months, approximately.
Yes, I think that's what I was trying to say.
All right, I thought it was. I thought we were on the same wavelength there.
That's exactly what I heard with Councilman Roth. I don't know why you're extending this.
Yeah. I don't know why I bothered to repeat.
That's
what he
right,
said.
exactly.
Second.
So I got a motion and a second. All in favor indicate by saying aye. Thank you. Motion carries. Appreciate that. And thank you for the guidance on that, Mr. Lovell. And thank you for that great motion, Councilman Roth. We'll move on to SU 26-04.
Thank you again, Mayor and Council. An existing church on Nelson Street in Cartersville Plaza Shopping Center is expanding, or is expanded into an additional tenant space. With that, it's required to expand their special use permit, and Planning Commission did recommend approval. There have been no additions or changes since the first reading.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Menino on this at this time? Thank you, sir. I'll open up a public hearing for SU 26-04. Ask anybody wishing to step forward to speak for or against to do so at this time. Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing for SU 26-04. Turn it over to council for discussion and consideration.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We soldier on to SU 26-06.
Thank you again, Mayor and Council. This is an application on South Tennessee Street. The property is currently zoned heavy industrial. The applicant is looking to do, or is currently doing a salvage operation on that property. With that does require a special use. The applicant has applied for a special use. The Planning Commission did recommend approval with the condition that they need to apply for 2 variances, one for the required size that is necessary for for salvage in our ordinance, and additionally for reduction of buffers that are required in the salvage portion of our ordinance. And again, they did not apply concurrently, and with that, they would be required to go to the Board of Zoning Appeals to present their request and justify why they would need to reduce the required size and buffers. Again, Planning Commission did recommend approval with that caveat.
Thank you. Questions for Randy? Thank you once again, and I'll open up a public hearing for SU 26-06 and ask anybody wishing to speak for or against to do so at this time. Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing for SU 26-06. Turn it over to council for discussion and consideration.
Make a motion to approve
All in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. SU 26-07.
Thank you again, Mayor and Council. This is a proposed special use for a mixed-use development to allow residential above commercial. With that, this application did also include some concurrent variances. Currently, our ordinance in the DBD only allows structures to be 4 stories or 50 feet high. They've requested for a concurrent variance to allow the facility to be 60 feet and actually the ordinance allows for 3.5 stories, and they're applying for 4.5 or 4 at 60 feet. And additionally, we also require a certain ratio for parking for additional residential in the DBD. When we add as part of a mixed-use development, and they have looked at a reduction that the Planning Commission did recommend approval of, and they still provide more than 1 space per unit of residential parking, and they did recommend approval, and there have been no additions or changes since the first reading.
Okay. Thank you. Questions for Randy on this item right now? Thank you.
Mayor?
Yes.
You know, on this one, since we do have the concurrent variances with this, we should have the public hearing on the zoning, then the public hearing on the concurrent variances, and then you can vote on the zoning and then vote on the variances.
You make me put my glasses on.
Hey.
So I need to do more than 1 public hearing?
Yes, though all the comments from the first one can be incorporated in the second one, because I'm sure they'll be identical.
So all these hearings are labeled under SU 26-07?
Yes, because they've asked for a concurrent variance with that application.
Okay, so I need a public hearing for the concurrent variances?
For the zoning first.
For the zoning first. Thank you. Open a public hearing relative to SU 26-07, but dealing exclusively with the zoning.
They can say whatever they want.
Good. Anyway, the public hearing is open. Anybody wanting to make comment may do so at this time.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Robert Walker here for the applicant, and I have J.B. Hudson on behalf of the applicant as well. We're here to answer any questions. I'll spare you the presentation we made last time, but certainly if you have any questions, we're happy to answer those.
I know this has to do with the variance. Can I ask it now?
No, you can wait till the concurrent. This is about the zoning. You got a question about the zoning piece of it? Great. We'll wait till the second one.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else for the public hearing for the zoning portion of this? I'll close the public hearing for the zoning portion of SU 26-07 and open up a public hearing for the concurrent variance portion of 26-07, and that public hearing is open now. Councilman Roth, I believe you might have alluded earlier to a question relative to that.
I do.
Yes.
So there's a lot of talk down in this downtown area, and we continue to hear about parking.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you believe it is an issue or not, or whether I believe it is an issue or not, it's just one of those things that it's probably going to come back like, well, you give people variances for the required parking, and now we got a parking issue. I guess I just want to say, like, I really don't want to hear you griping about parking. If you're going to ask for a variance about parking, I don't want to hear any complaint about parking. So,
understood.
I mean, I guess that's pretty unsugarcoated. I mean, I know it's pretty unsugarcoated because, you know, we got another development going on adjacent to yours that's going to be taking up what people presume to be their right to parking, right? So we see that. So when we start moving with these variances on parking downtown, it's just going to be, you know, I don't want to hold up a project over what, a quarter of a parking spot, you know, when it comes down to the count. You know, I don't think that, you know, so, but that's one of those things that if we're going to give the variance and deal with the parking that you're going to have and what your shop is going to have, what your tenants are gonna have and what we have, but, because, I mean, I would vote no, just so I can say, hey, I voted no, and I don't have to do with the parking issue. But I think that that's where you wanna be with your project.
We definitely don't want to be there, for sure. But I will tell you that one thing that is worth pointing out that is not included in the and I say this to maybe give you some comfort, that's not included in the parking calculation are there's 27 spots that, 7 or 8 spots there that front on Museum Drive or Railroad Street, and then 20 spots that are there on Leak Street. And those are not included in the calculation that is required by the ordinance, because those will be dedicated into the public right-of-way. Those will be usable by anyone downtown, not just our residents. So the requirement in the ordinance is that we have a set number of spots that are dedicated to that facility. That's that parking lot in the middle. And so if you were, under the ordinance, able to include those other spots, we would have more than adequate parking. So we're actually, again, adding additional 27 spots that is not included in this variance calculation that will be usable by anyone in the city of Cartersville that wants to come downtown. And not just go to that business, but to any business. Because again, they'll be in the public right-of-way and open to the public.
All right. Well, that calms me some. I just know that you know that your neighbor, restricts their lot, so.
Sure.
I know when we get into that, I'm pro downtown, and I don't want, I get a lot of questions about parking from businesses and from patrons, but, and then if we okay a variance on parking, that's,
right.
Doesn't seem like we're helping to solve the problem we created, so, but I do appreciate your explanation there about the other spots.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Thank y'all. Anyone else?
Any other questions for Mr. Walker? Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll continue on with the public hearing for SU 26-07, the concurrent variance portion of that request. Anyone else wishing to make comments on that? Seeing none, we'll close the public hearing for SU 26-07. Turn it over to council for any questions, discussion, or consideration.
I'll make a motion to approve SU 2607 with the conditions as listed and the concurrent variances that are listed as well.
Second.
Should be a separate vote on the zoning, on the special use, and then on the concurrent variances.
Okay, make a motion for special use first, please.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. And now for consideration of the concurrent variance piece of 26-07.
Make a motion to approve those concurrent variances.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. And moving on to T26-2 and -3. We'll hold a public hearing together for those. So Randy, if you'll cover both of those items, please.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. These are all proposed text amendments by staff dealing with our zoning ordinance, dealing with variances. Administrative adjustments will replace the administrative variance process that was previously in our ordinance before state law changed and we removed it. State law has again changed, and we're putting that back, or proposing to have it put back in. It does provide for ease of operation when we're dealing with minor adjustments to certain things in the ordinance. Additionally, the concurrent variance, like we just heard one, we don't officially have that in our ordinance, but state law has changed that it does allow for that, and this basically codifies that processor system and puts it in our ordinance. With that, Planning Commission did recommend approval of all of the proposed adjustments to the zoning ordinance dealing with the variances, administrative and concurrent.
Okay. Thank you. Any questions for Randy on either one of these? Thank you. I'll open up a public hearing relative to T26-02 and T26-03. Anybody wishing to step forward and make comment on those may do so at this time. And seeing none, I'll close the public hearing for T26-02 and 03, and Chair will entertain a motion or further discussion on both of these items.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you all for that. We do have the added items to get to here. Mr. Porta, if you'll get us started off with Project Safe Grant Resolution.
Yes, Mayor, this is approval for a grant resolution through the U.S. Department of Justice for Safe Neighborhoods. Our grant writer and Chief Collier worked together to obtain a $17,365 grant. I recommend approval of this resolution, which will allow the mayor and city clerk to sign any and all documents related to this grant.
Thank you. Questions, comments, or motions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Mr. Menino, you are back for more.
Last one, I promise. Two members of our Alcohol Control Board, Christine Brown and Rick Koloff's terms have expired or are expiring this month. With that, they are both willing to continue to serve if reappointed, and if reappointed, their new term will go through June of 2029.
Thank you.
Staff does recommend approval of their appointment.
Thank you for that. Is there any discussion? If not, a motion's in order.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Mr. Porter, you got an appointment to the Housing Authority.
Yes, Mayor, Ty Mitchum is, Councilman Cooley has talked to Ty Mitchum. He's considering or willing to continue serving on that board, and if approved, he'll be serving through April 1st of 2031.
Questions, comments, or motions?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. We've already taken care of number 5. Number 6 is Mr. Lovell. You've got the final 2 items, I do believe.
Yes, Mayor. Item number 6 is a joint resolution between the city, the county, and the other municipalities in Bartow County approving the safety action plan that they've come up for future road improvements in Bartow County. It is recommended by staff for your approval.
Thank you. Any discussion? If not, a motion's in order.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. And the final item.
Yes, Mayor. Our insurance company, Travelers, has presented to us a settlement agreement on an employment matter we had previously, and it is recommended by staff for your approval.
Thank you. Any discussion? If not, a motion's in order.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Is there any other business that needs to come before the City Council this evening? Well enough said. If there, you coming forward?
Yep.
Come on. Thank you. And if you please, your name and your address for our clerk, please.
William Blackwell, 113 Grassdale Road, Cartersville, Georgia. I come before you and Mr. Porta about a promise you made in my driveway when they were doing the construction for the sidewalk. And that was that you replaced the sod in my front yard. The construction wrapped up in October and my sod wasn't available. And from SEI, Mike Lanner, I believe was his name, he was the engineer in charge, and Mr. Foy agreed. Well, Mr. Lerner told me that there would be a checkoff list that they had to do in the springtime to not worry about the sod, since I couldn't get the sod that I needed for my yard.
Yeah.
And when I reached out to Mr. Foy about the sod, he told me that that contract was closed and they weren't going to do anything about it. So what are we going to do?
Well, I'm sorry. I know you and I spoke last Friday. I didn't get a chance to really get to it. I actually have a meeting in the morning with Mr. Foy and Wade Wilson, his boss. We'll be discussing this with them, and we'll get back in touch with it. So I did email you late this afternoon about that, but I will be back in touch with you, or Mr. Foy will be back in touch with you tomorrow and let you know on that next steps.
And I do have one other item about the greatest new Audubon in Cartersville. What can we do about speed? Can we get it patrolled? I talked to the county, and county says city. I called city, and yeah. Nobody patrols.
I'll add it to my discussion items with the Public Works tomorrow, because that's their area expertise.
Gotcha.
All right.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other business come before the city of Cartersville tonight? And seeing none, Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
That's it. That's it. We're done. That's it.